Disclaimer: the following narrative is based on open source reports and public claims.
Midnight in the Middle East. The sky lights up again. From inside Iran, ballistic missiles launch. Drones follow in calculated waves. Flight paths predetermined. Timing deliberate. The target is clear. Israel. Sirens wail. Air defense systems activate. Interceptors cut through the darkness in flashes of fire. This is not spontaneous. This is calibrated. Every launch sends a message. Every interception sends one back. This escalation does not exist in isolation. It builds on mounting pressure. Previous military actions attributed to Israel, backed strategically by United States, form the backdrop. Sanctions, warnings, strategic signaling, tension accumulates, and tonight, that pressure translates into trajectory. Timing is never accidental. A nighttime strike maximizes psychological impact. Cities are quiet, civilian alertness is low. The element of disruption is amplified. This is perception warfare. It is about reach. It is about proving capability under pressure. Multiple launch waves suggest planning, not impulse. Not a single projectile, not symbolic, a demonstration. In geopolitics, timing is language. Tonight, that language burns across the sky. Israel responds within doctrine. Layered defense systems engage. Radar tracks incoming threats. Interceptors rise rapidly. Some projectiles are neutralized midair. But modern warfare is not just about successful interception, it is about sustainability. How long can defensive systems endure repeated waves? What is the cost per interceptor? How deep are the stockpiles? War today is arithmetic, cost versus cost, endurance versus endurance. And here, American involvement becomes central. Washington has long underwritten Israel's defense architecture, advanced technology, billions in military aid, intelligence coordination, strategic backing. Support strengthens defense, but support also deepens entanglement. The deeper the involvement, the higher the risk. For years, Western strategy toward Iran has relied on pressure. Expanding sanctions, diplomatic isolation, the persistent shadow of military deterrence. The goal, limit regional influence, but prolonged pressure often produces adaptation. Rather than matching conventional Western power head-on, Iran has invested in asymmetric capabilities, lower-cost drones, precision-guided missiles, distributed networks. The objective is not dominance, it is disruption. It is forcing an adversary to spend exponentially more to defend than to attack. Pressure creates innovation. Innovation creates new capabilities. New capabilities shift balance. Tonight may be a manifestation of that shift. In Washington, calculations intensify. The United States must maintain credibility as Israel's primary ally. Yet it must also avoid a wider regional war that could draw in additional actors. History offers cautionary examples. Limited involvement can evolve into extended commitment. Defensive posture can blur into active participation. The line between support and engagement is thin. The dilemma is familiar. Stand firm or restrain escalation. Both paths carry risk. Midnight sirens are more than warnings. They are psychological operations. When civilians move to shelters, the The message is not only physical danger, it is vulnerability, it is uncertainty. Israel has built resilient civil defense mechanisms, rapid alert systems, reinforced infrastructure, structured response protocols. Civilian endurance is part of national strategy, yet resilience has limits. Repeated alerts erode public calm. Stability feels conditional. For Iran, visible reach reinforces both domestic and regional messaging. It signals that retaliation is possible, that deterrence cuts both ways. That response is guaranteed. Credibility on both sides is currency. This confrontation does not end at national borders. The Middle East is a global energy artery. Any escalation influences oil markets. Investors react to instability. Shipping routes come under scrutiny. One night of heightened tension can shift global economic sentiment. No conflict in this region remains purely local. That is why the world watches, not only for explosions, but for implications. The greatest danger in threshold conflicts is miscalculation. One failed interception, one unintended casualty, one emotionally driven decision under pressure. Major wars rarely begin with formal declarations. They emerge from sequences of controlled moves that eventually spiral beyond control. Iran demonstrates reach. Israel demonstrates defense readiness. The United States demonstrates commitment, but commitment without clear boundaries can become a liability. The real question is not who launched first tonight. The real question is who controls the escalation curve. True power in geopolitics is not the ability to strike. It is the ability to stop the spiral. The sky may darken again in a few hours, but tension does not disappear. It settles, it waits. Is this the peak of escalation, or merely the opening chapter? No definitive answers exist, only shifting calculations in Tehran, Jerusalem, and Washington. The world observes, because in modern conflict, what matters most is not the first missile, but the decision that follows it. This analysis is based on early reports and open-source information available at the time of production. Conditions may change rapidly. This video is intended for geopolitical analysis and does not support or advocate for any party involved. If you value in-depth strategic analysis beyond sensational headlines, support the channel by liking and subscribing. Share your perspective in the comments. Will this remain contained or expand? Because in geopolitics, a night that appears controlled can become a turning point in history.